to Tea Time with Coach Feli. And today the tea is, I think you can see the tag is from TWG, it's the Sencha tea. I like this because it's pretty light and floral and it makes me happy. So let's get on with today's episode. Today I am talking about maintaining positive energy in your business. Maintaining positive energy in your business. It is again based on my interactions with real life entrepreneurs and their struggles, and I'm sharing this so that you will have a few tips to equip you to make sure that you continue with this positive energy level in your business. Now, why did I decide on this topic is because recently I've met quite a number of business owners that I'm interacting a little bit more closely for the first time, and a few of them have pretty similar challenges, and one of it is that they feel exhausted. Some of them feel like they're very close to burnout. Now, I always say that burnout is one of the biggest risks in business. Lack of sales, lack of leads, these are problems that still can be fixed as long as you still have the fire and energy to want to fight for it. But the moment you reach this stage of burnout where you feel like you have nothing left to give and you have nothing more to fight for, it is going to be very difficult to pull you out of this drowning condition because again, like I said, you have no energy left to fight. So you really have to pay attention to what's your energy level like in the business, because most of the time when you are filled with this energy and you have this positive outlook, a lot of things will go pretty well in the business. And the more you are in this negative sphere and you are questioning everything about yourself, about your value, and even sometimes when you are desperate for sales and you feel that you are down in the dumps, the more the sales will go away. Now, have you ever had that kind of state sometimes? I'm pretty sure that if you have been in sales or in business for a while, you may have encountered this kind of situation where you just feel everything seems to be going wrong. Now, I want to tell you right now that this is a situation that can be changed. Don't ever feel like you're a victim of the situation. There's nothing to be done about it, because that is the beginning of the end. So you want to always have this mindset that, hey, even if I feel that my energy is low, I'm quite down right now, there are ways to get yourself up and out from this hole that you are in. So these are the 3 tips that seem to have worked for me quite a lot in the past, as well as for my clients. I want you to remember these 3, and as long as you remember these 3, if you ever arrive in this situation where you're starting to feel your energy slipping and you feel exhausted mentally, emotionally, and you almost feel like giving up, please remember these 3 things. Tip number 1, surround yourself with your rechargers. What are rechargers? Or rather, who are rechargers to you? So I always feel that in life you will have a group of people who are empowering to you, like they believe in you, they give you positive energy, they love you a lot, and they always bring a lot of positivity into your life, right? They will say the right things, they make you feel happy. Whenever you see these people, you feel like you can do anything. So these are the people that I call your rechargers. Now, I am very conscious of who my rechargers are and who are the people who drain my battery. So I want you to do the same. Now, if you can take some time today after watching this episode, list down the people who are your rechargers, who always empower you with very positive energy, who are your cheerleaders, who believe in you, like spur you on, and you know that when you're with them, you feel like these people have your back. And also know who are your drainers, who are your battery drainers, who maybe when you see them, you just feel like they suck the life out of you, or they just deplete your energy completely. Again, with these people, even if sometimes they can be close people, in some cases it can be a loved one, you have to limit your exposure, especially when you're feeling that you're already pretty low or you're in this negative mode. Do not overexpose yourself to your drainers. Surround yourself with your rechargers. So that is the number 1 tip. It sounds pretty simple, guys, but it takes a lot of awareness of who empowers you and who do not. Number 2 tip is really about changing your lenses or your glasses to filter what's going great at this moment, what is going right, what is going well, or even when it's about the people that you deal with in the business, what's great about my staff, my partner, and all these things. And then you will find that you start to develop this attitude of gratitude. Then the more your brain is trained to look out for what's going right, the more things will go right, if that makes sense. The more your brain is conditioned to find what's going wrong, the more wrong things will happen. So this is again very, very crucial. The moment you switch on the wrong switch, turn on the wrong switch in your brain, and then it will continue to look out for the wrong thing. The theory that comes, the analogy that I use to describe this is, if you imagine the flow of your thought like a river, like a flow of a river. Now, in Singapore, the rivers are pretty clean and they flow pretty smoothly. But if you've been to some of our neighboring countries, the large metropolitan, you will sometimes see the rivers that are very dark because there's a lot of rubbish put into it. So it is pretty similar. If your flow of thoughts are like rivers and you keep like putting fresh water in, things that sparkle, it makes it bright and clean and everything, it will continue to flow very, very well. But the moment you start throwing rubbish and you throw more and more and more rubbish, after a while that water will become very, very dark, heavy, and it probably will not flow very well. And the moment you go into past a certain stage where it is really super dirty and messy, it's very difficult to reverse the situation. So you don't want to get into that stage. From the get-go, you want to make sure that you train your brain to look out for what's going well and to be grateful for what's going well, so that again, more things to be grateful for will appear in your life. So that is the tip number 2, change your lenses, glasses, whatever you want to call it. The third tip that I have for you today is about self-awareness, about being able to recognize your own patterns on what uplifts you, as well as what are some of your emotional patterns. Now, some people are pretty flat, meaning they know that when they're happy, they will look like that. And when they are sad, they will also look like that. But in some cases, some people are very extreme. If you imagine what their emotional journey is like, it's a little bit more like a roller coaster. The peaks are very high and the low is very low. And if you are aware of your own pattern, the more you can either break the pattern when it goes too far. So for example, as you are gliding down from the top and it was gonna go into a very low point, if you know your pattern, you can maybe stop it halfway. Hey, wait, I'm spiraling down. I need to do something about this. So what can I do about it? But if you are not aware and you just go with the flow, you feel that you can't control it. Whenever it starts to go down, and you will just get sucked in, and you feel like you're a victim of this situation. There's nothing that can be done about it, and then it evolves into self-pity, and then the more powerful this negativity grow into, it will be again more difficult to reverse it. So again, you want to be able to recognize your own patterns, what uplifts you, what brings you down, as well as what can you do to make sure that you keep you stop the movement when things are starting to go down, and you can keep the ball rolling. So instead of going to a crash, you can keep doing things that makes you happy. Like for example, for me, having a nice cup of tea which is why I call it tea time with Coach Feli. A nice cup of tea, spending time with my loved ones, or playing some board game with my BFFs. These are the things that make me happy. Spending a nice brunch with a good friend where we chit chat not just about work but also about life makes me happy. When I remember to take breaks, so I do recognize my patterns, and the moment I feel like, oh, you know what, I'm getting to that point where I do need to have a bit of a brain break, I make sure I go for one. And some of them will say, oh Fel, but I feel guilty whenever I take breaks. But guys, if you don't take care of yourself, you won't be able to take care of your business either. So now, I'm taking care of myself again. Haha. So that is it, guys. It's 3 simple tips, but very, very crucial. Number 1, you want to make sure that you surround yourself with rechargers. Number 2, you want to change your glasses or lenses to be able to spot something that is going well or going great, so that you are constantly filled with attitude of gratitude. And number 3 is to really recognize your own patterns and what can change the movements in your brain, and to make sure that you never let yourself get sucked in by like the downward movement of emotions. And I hope these are useful for you. If these are useful for you, please feel free to share this, leave comments, tag people. I really want to spread this word out because this is such a crucial topic, and I have seen how this can bring businesses down, and if we can help you stop that, we would love to be able to. So with that, thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and share this post with people that you think may benefit, and I look forward to talking to you again next week. See ya.